Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblives. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show. Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast for 8/26/2014. I am the Man in Black, a.k.a. Team Iblives. I'm going to deal with some website business first before we get into. Now, this information really has nothing to do with our normal topics on the webpage. It has nothing to do with the show topics that we normally do. But, however, since I do own, says hello, by the way. Since I do own Mayhem News Live, and I do own and run all this stuff, it's something that I wanted to address here. It involves the policies and what we tolerate from our affiliates. If you don't know what an affiliate is, it's somebody that I usually list on the show. I list on our YouTube channel. Just somebody that we're supposed to be giving a shout out to each other. In the past 2 or 3, I'd say about past 8 or 9 months, I've been promoting, but somebody else hadn't. But that's beside the point. Here's the thing is, I'm a father of a special needs child. If you watch this show long, anytime you've seen or heard my son in the background, you hear me talking about him. So, you know, how can I say this? Me and my wife actually run a blog and a Facebook page. Basically, fightdisabilityslurs.wordpress.com. It's one of our sponsors. You know, we're basically trying to stop the use of disability slurs actually on social media and in the public. So Mayhem News Live and MayhemNews.com will not tolerate or align ourselves with people who promote, create, show material, or make jokes about this topic. Special needs jokes are not funny. If you think they're funny, I don't know if it's a character flaw or you're just a shitty person. If you think it's funny, there's a problem. You need to fix it. We are not going to be aligned with anyone. So, with that being said, I have removed Joe Cronin's show from our affiliates, and I'm not going to mention him anymore. He does not need any press from me. I did not add his name. I did not say anything. And trust me, my audience is not going to bother him because, you know, he's a big YouTuber, you know, and, you know, I'm just down here on the low tree, you know, and at one point I did say I wanted to be like him, but if that's what it takes to be like him, I don't think so. I'll get there on my own without doing stuff like that. Okay, moving right along. As you know, if you've probably heard by now, Jake the Snake Roberts was hospitalized. He passed out, collapsed on a flight to Vegas. He was supposed to do a show. They rushed him off of the plane into an ambulance. They rushed him to a local hospital. He was not coherent. He was out. Pretty much they're using the word coma. He was in a coma for the good part of a day and a half. They found out his lungs was filled. He had had the flu. He had been hurting a lot, but he thought, well, I've got the flu. I'm supposed to hurt. And basically Diamond Dallas Page and some people close to him says that he is coherent now. They have moved him to another hospital because his situation was better suited at the other hospital than it was at the one he was currently at. Jake the Snake's, and you know, DDP has been doing a lot of talking for him because, you know, they pretty much live together right now. Says that Jake is cranky, and he's hurting, but he's coherent, which is a good thing. They're just trying to get him through this and get him out of the woods. We wish him well. We wish our prayers, your thoughts, and just kind of keep him in mind. He is in ICU. I have a feeling that they've kept his exact location, kind of secret, because I'm pretty sure they don't want 50,000 fans going up there. But I wanted everybody to know that he is sick. He continues to be hit with these episodes of being sorry. He's just been having a bad time, and we would just wish him the best and hope he gets to feeling better quickly. Moving right along, WWE has scrapped the idea of another Tough Enough. I have a feeling it's because of the budget cuts. God forbid, WWE doesn't have 17 or 19 or 20. Well, it just depends. I have a feeling that from what I hear, they haven't scrapped the idea completely. They're just basically putting it back on the shelf for right now. They're getting rid of people, so why would you try to do a show where you're trying to hire people if you're getting rid of people? And they've probably got anywhere from 10 to, says hello again. They've got about 10 or 15 people in Next that, will they ever see TV other than being on Next? Who knows? Here's a question: why is WWE TV lacking? I find myself these days. Excuse me. Hey, the ladies' man had Cavassier, so but we have Highland Grog, so we're good. But I find myself lately, I catch the highlights on Raw. I don't actually watch it live a lot of times because I don't really like to be bored. So I like to pick out what's good and leave the rest where it lays. But I find myself looking at the network and looking at old stuff. ECW, some of the old WCW days. And is it lacking? Yeah, it is. And I'm not the only one saying it. And here's a question. Is WWE lacking because of TNA's faltering, where TNA is not up there giving them some kind of competition? Some of the biggest things WWE has done was because it was fighting with WCW. And if TNA does go down, will it hurt WWE? I think it will. We all know that right now ROH can't go head to head because they're basically, scattered throughout the country. Some places you can't even see ROH. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to hurt WWE in the long run. I saw an interview. Before we get to the interview, and it could be a creative slump. I know Vince has gotten rid of some people from creative, and I think Vince knows how to fix it. I think maybe it'll end up being that'll be the way it'll be. He'll just fix it. I saw an interview with Bill Goldberg, and he was saying that Sting is just getting his feet wet right now. He's not going to jump into anything. He said that him and Sting are kind of the same breed as far when it comes to making decisions in the wrestling business. He said we do not make decisions, to the point where, well, this is what's popular. He said we have to look at the whole picture. And he said I'm not saying that he'll never want to be on TV, but I'm saying he's going to do it the way it needs to be done before he jumps up and just jumps into. But it was a good interview. Bill Goldberg did a good job, and he's in the business, so My next question, and show's not really that big today. Just some stuff that I really wanted to highlight. Why is the WWE Network is it worth $9.99? Well, if you listen to Captain Ear, Dean Ambrose equals $9.99. If you watch more than if you watch at least 2 pay-per-views, at least 2, okay? In a way, and with the WCW stuff, the ECW, and the past pay-per-views, yes. But if all you watch is WrestleMania, I think maybe you might feel bad about paying $9.99 a month. I just think that in a way, I think it would have been worth a lot more if it was a channel you could just turn to and watch instead of having to hook it up on your phone or whatever. Does it have issues? Yeah, there has been some lag during pay-per-views, but they're also saying that it depends, because there's a lot of stuff when it lags. It's not the network; it might be your internet, because live streaming takes a pretty substantial download speed. It takes at least 2 megabits per second. So if you're not connecting at least 2, and there still may be some times where there's some loading issues, you're going to slow a little bit. And I'm not a professional IT guy, but I've had high-speed internet before, and I've streamed enough video to know that if you don't have that, 10 would be better, but you need at least 2 to get seamless. And I also noticed that the higher your download speed is, the better the quality of the video. The best way to do it is, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to stay off Twitter and stay off Facebook and just wait for the pay-per-view to be over. But I wait till it's over. That way I can just skip through what I want, and the quality of the video is actually better, because you're not streaming it. It's just you're just downloading it from the server. And we've heard that ODB has left TNA. Apparently, her contract came up, and TNA just did not renew it. I mean, I don't know what them or the WWE is thinking, because they've let some of the pretty good people go in. And then I've seen a thing, and I haven't seen a report, but somebody had a thing that said that CM Punk was apparently, now I've heard he's not wrestling, but then somebody else claims that he's wrestling somewhere else, and that he has claimed to bring AJ Lee with him. I just don't see AJ Lee leaving a WWE contract for an indie group. I mean, I could see he's retired. He wanted to leave WWE. He was done. He made his money. She has not been wrestling as long as CM Punk. And, I don't see him telling her, well, you need to leave and come down here with me. And I believe he's going to let her live her dream and be on WWE TV until she's ready to leave. I could see him wrestling for indie, because he didn't leave to go to an indie. I see him, leaving and saying, well, I might pick up a couple of matches here and there, or do some guest appearances or something like that. But that's pretty much the show today. Didn't have too much to talk about. We just want to wish Jake the Snake Roberts a speedy recovery, and we appreciate the steps he's made to fight the demons, and we want him to continue to be able to fight that. So our best wishes, Jake, and I want to thank the sponsors. You can check out at the end of the show, I'll put a extra film and it's kind of a promo of the people that sponsor. I want to give a shout out to Blast 52, Irish band that me and my wife listen to. Also, I want to thank Throttle for our Throttle for my theme, our theme music, New Blood. Check their stuff out on iTunes as well as Blast 52, and both of them are also on Amazon as well. But check us out.
The albums are worth it.
Yeah, the albums are worth it. And if you want to listen to either one of those, you can go to Throttle's Facebook page. They post songs on there all the time. And if you want to listen to Blast 52, I also list the link to their YouTube channel. And you can also find Blast 52 on Facebook. They post video of their songs all the time. So they are also ranked pretty high overseas, and are starting to get popularity over here. So we're hoping one day they're going to come over and actually be able to do a tour. They're working on a tour. But Throttle's got a bunch of stuff going on too. You can keep up with their stuff on Facebook. And, well, that's been the show for today. This has been the Mayhem News Live Wrestling broadcast, and I am Man in Black, aka Team of Blues, and that's the show. Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, aka Team Iblives. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show.